Another modifier is the Boolean modifier. So I have set up a little bit with 3 cones with a sphere on top to show you the Boolean modifier. There's 3 different ways you can work with a Boolean modifier. That's why I have 3 setups. So the Boolean modifier, I'm going to apply to this cone. So what I want to do is take the top out of this cone by using this sphere. So if I'm going to take a chunk out of this, and you'll see what I mean after this, like what it looks like after we get through this. So bear with me a little bit. I'm going to click on this cone to start, and I want to add a Boolean modifier. So again, I'm on the cone, select my wrench, I'm going to go to Boolean, and there's 3 types of ways you can use the Boolean modifier. I love the difference. It's the one I use most often. So I have that selected. And I want to pick what is going to be taken out. So I'm going to use this eyedropper to select the sphere on top. And as soon as I click on it, it'll note that I have a sphere that's selected. And I can apply this modifier. And it doesn't look like it does anything different. I haven't really made big change until I click on the sphere and delete it. As soon as I delete it, you can see that where the sphere was sitting. That's the difference. It took a difference out of the cone. So if I look at the original cone, so I have the original cone here, there still had a peak to the cone. But now because I used the difference Boolean modifier, it took the top part out. So let me do that again. I'm going to click on the cone just to simulate it one more time now that you see what it does. I'm on the cone. That's what I want to take the chunk out of. Wrench tool, modifier, Boolean. I'm going to use the difference. Use my eyedropper tool to select the sphere because that's what I want to take out the chunk. And already you can see my orange line adjusted. It's taking out that chunk. I'm going to apply what I just did, click on the sphere and delete, and it took the chunk out of that cylinder. Let's see another modifier. First, before I do anything, I'm going to copy this, make a duplicate in case I want to use it later. Again, the cone is what I'm going to start off with. Wrench tool, add my Boolean modifier. This time I want to use a union modifier. See what that does. And I will click on the eyedropper and click on my sphere again. And now this is one big object. I can edit it as one solid mesh. It's one unit. And I'm going to apply it so that I can go to edit mode. And now all these vertex are attached. If I want to edit this in some way, I can start manipulating my shape, and it's all connected because of the union modifier. So I might want to grab a couple of these and drag them out. Maybe zoom in a little bit better. But now they're joined, it works and manipulates easily as one object. So that's the union modifier. Go back to object mode here. And so remember that this cone has a peak to it. If I take a look at it, there's a top, and the sphere is sitting on top of it. I need you to know that for this last modifier. So I'm going to click on the cone. Wrench tool, we're going to do the Boolean modifier again, but we're going to use this intersect. So I want the 2 shapes to intersect. The cone will intersect with the sphere. And what you end up with is the rest of the sphere, what you see here, where these 2 meet. So I want to use my eyedropper, select the sphere again, and you already see what's left over. I have just part of this cone left over. Let me apply this and get rid of the sphere. And that cone, just that part of the cone is left over. So where they intersect, that's what I'm going to be left with. The Boolean modifier will help you build things, will help you model things. You can create these shapes. You can join things together as creating a union. So the Boolean modifier is another important one to practice with, and so that you can own the skill and use that where you're developing your models.